Please pump your brakes. Your video will begin momentarily.
Dog carcass in alley this morning. Tired tread on burst stomach. This city's afraid of me. I've seen its true face. The streets are extended gutters, and the gutters are filled with blood. And when the trains finally scab over, all the vermin will drown. The accumulated filth of all their sex and murder will foam up around their waist, and all the whores and politicians will look up and shout, "Save us." And I'll whisper, "No." Now the whole world stands on the brink, staring down into bloody hell. And all those liberals, and intellectuals, and smooth talkers, and all of a sudden nobody has anything to say. Beneath me, this awful city screams like an avatar full of retarded children, and the night reeks of fornication and bad conscience. Tonight, a comedian died in New York. Somebody knows why. Somebody knows.
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? No, of course not. It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. It's a Sith legend. Darth Plagueis was a dark lord of the Sith, so powerful and so wise, he could use the Force to influence the midichlorians to create life. He had such a knowledge of the dark side, he could even keep the ones he cared about from dying. He could actually save people from death. The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural. What happened to him? He became so powerful, the only thing he was afraid of was losing his power, which eventually, of course, he did. Unfortunately, he taught his apprentice everything he knew. Then his apprentice killed him in his sleep. It's ironic. He could save others from death, but not himself. Is it possible to learn this power? Not from a Jedi. Who is but the form following the function of what, and what I am is a man in a mask. I can see that. Of course you can. I'm not questioning your powers of observation. I'm merely remarking upon the paradox of asking a masked man who he is. However, on this most auspicious of nights, permit me, in lieu of the more commonplace sobriquet, to suggest the character of this dramatis persona. Voila! In view, a humble vaudevillian veteran cast vicariously as both victim and villain by the vicissitudes of fate. This visage, no mere veneer of vanity, is a vestige of the vox populi now vacant, vanished. However, this valorous visitation of a bygone vexation stands vivified, and is vowed to vanquish these venulent vermin guarding vice and vouchsafing the violently vicious and voracious violation of volition. The only verdict is vengeance, a vendetta, held as a votive not in vain, for the value and veracity of such shall one day vindicate the vigilant and the virtuous. Verily, this fisher-swage of verbiage veers most verbose, so let me simply add that it's my very good honor to meet you, and you may call me V. Are you like a crazy person? I'm quite certain they will say so. She won't wake. Tom Riddle. Is she? She's alive, but only just. We have to go. Tom, it's a basilisk. It won't come until it's called. Give me my wand, Tom. I'm afraid I can't do that, Harry. You see, as poor Ginny grows weaker, I grow stronger. Yes, it was Ginny Weasley who opened the Chamber of Secrets. No, she couldn't. She wouldn't. It was Ginny who wrote the threatening messages on the wall. Ginny who said... Yes, Harry, it was Jenny Weasley who opened the Chamber of Secrets. No, she wouldn't. It was Jenny who sent the basilisk on the mudbloods and Filch's cat. Jenny who wrote the threatening messages on the wall. Why? Because I told her. You will find I could be very persuasive. But still, the power of the... Oh. You could find I could be very persuasive. Not that she knew what she was doing. She was in, shall we say, a sort of trance. But still, the power of the diary began to scare her, and she tried to dispose of it in the girl's bathroom. And who should find it but you? The very person I was most anxious to meet. And why did you want to meet me? I knew I had to talk to you. Meet you if I could. So I decided to show you my capture of that brainless oaf Hagrid to gain your trust. Hagrid's my friend. And you framed him, didn't you? It was my word against Hagrid's. Only Dumbledore seemed to think he was innocent. I bet Dumbledore saw right through you. He certainly kept an annoyingly close watch on me after that. I knew it wouldn't be safe to open the chamber again while I was still at school, so I decided to leave behind a diary, preserving my 16-year-old self in its pages so that one day I would be able to lead another to finish Salazar Slytherin's noble work. Well, you haven't finished it this time. In a few hours, the Mandrake Draught will be ready, and everyone who has been petrified will be all right again. Haven't I told you? Killing mudbloods doesn't matter to me. For many months now, my new target has been you. How is it that a baby with no extraordinary magical talent was able to defeat the greatest wizard of all time? How did you escape with nothing but a scar, while Lord Voldemort's powers were destroyed? What do you care? Voldemort was after your time. Voldemort is my past, present, and future. You're the heir of Slytherin. You're Voldemort. Surely you didn't think I was going to keep my filthy muggle father's name. No, I fashioned myself a new name, a name I knew wizards everywhere would one day fear to speak when I became the greatest sorcerer in the world. Albus Dumbledore is the greatest sorcerer in the world. Dumbledore's been driven out of this castle by the mere memory of me. He'll never be gone, not as long as those who remain are loyal to him. Boy, I screwed that one up. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. Son, we live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded by men with guns. Who's gonna do it? You? You, Lieutenant Weinberg? I have a greater responsibility than you could possibly fathom. You weep for Santiago and you curse the Marines. You have that luxury. You have the luxury of not knowing what I know, that Santiago's death, while tragic, probably saved lives, and my existence, while grotesque and incomprehensible to you, saves lives. You don't want the truth because deep down in places you don't talk about at parties. You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. We use words like honor, code, loyalty. We use these words as a backbone of a life spent defending something. You use them as a punchline. I have neither the time nor the inclination to explain myself to a man who rises and sleeps under the blanket of the very freedom that I provide, and then questions the manner in which I provide it. I would rather you just said thank you and went on your way. Otherwise, I suggest you pick up a weapon and stand a post. Either way, I don't give a damn what you think you are entitled to. There is no escape. Don't make me destroy you. Luke, you have not yet realized your importance. You have only begun to discover your powers. Join me, and I will complete your training. With our combined strength, we can end this destructive conflict and bring order to the galaxy. I'll never join you. If you only knew the power of the dark side. Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. He told me enough. He told me you killed him. No, I am your father. No. No. That's not true. That's impossible. Search your feelings. You know it to be true. No! Luke, you can destroy the Emperor. He has foreseen this. It is your destiny. Join me, and together we can rule the galaxy as father and son. Come with me. It is the only way.
Rorschach's journal. Final entry. Vight's behind everything. Why? What's his endgame? Can't imagine a more dangerous opponent. Used to joke he was fast enough to catch a bullet. He could kill us both alone in the snow. That's where we're going now. Antarctica. Whether I'm alive or dead upon this reading, I hope the world survives long enough for this journal to reach you. I've lived my life free of compromise. Step into the shadow without complaint or regret. Rorschach, November 1st.
Boy, it's hot. This is what I do when I'm bored. Recite movies and play them in my head. Let me know what you thought in the comment section below. Let me know about all the mistakes I made, because I know I made a lot, especially in that Harry Potter one. Stumbled on my words a little bit in V for Vendetta. But, hey. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Like it. Subscribe to this channel. Share this video with your friends. If you guys have any questions or a topic you want to hear about or see in the next video, make sure you email me at movietimewithchris@gmail.com. As always, you can find me on Instagram, simply at Christopher Lafont. And until next time, take care.